Stop. In exactly 9 minutes, you're going to watch a man get called a coward. Then they're going to see the scar on his neck, and everything will change. A park, sunny afternoon, two men fighting, fists flying, crowd gathering with their phones out recording, and one man sitting on a bench, just watching, not intervening. Someone yells at him, "Coward!" But there's something they don't know. That man died in Afghanistan in 2009. Almost. Shrapnel tore through his jugular, lost 2 pints of blood. 9 hours of surgery. And now that scar is about to explain why he doesn't jump into every fight. This isn't a story about courage. It's a story about wisdom. Marcus Webb is 52 years old, sitting on a park bench, reading a book, polo shirt, collar up, calm, peaceful. 20 yards away, two young men are fighting late 20s, drunk, angry. A crowd is forming. 15, maybe 20 people. Everyone's got their phones out. Recording. Content for TikTok. Nobody's intervening. Just watching. Kevin is 35, part of the crowd. He sees Marcus, sitting there, watching. Kevin walks over. "Hey, you gonna help or what?" Marcus looks up. Calm. "Not my fight." "What kind of man are you?" "They're gonna kill each other." "Police are on the way, I already called." Kevin's angry. "Coward, just sitting there. A real man would stop this." Marcus returns to his book. "Like I said, not my fight." The fight escalates. The two fighters go to the ground, punches, kicks, blood. The crowd's loving it. More phones, more recording, someone's live streaming. Kevin looks back at Marcus, still sitting there, still reading. "Unbelievable," Kevin mutters. The situation changes. One of the fighters reaches into his jacket, pulls out a knife. The crowd gasps, steps back. Now it's serious. The fighter with the knife is screaming, waving it around. The other guy's backing away, hands up. Kevin. "Someone do something." He looks at Marcus. "You still just gonna sit there?" Marcus closes his book, stands up. "Now it's different," he says quietly. "Someone's about to die." Marcus intervenes. Marcus walks toward the fighters, calm, measured, no rush. Kevin, sarcastic. "Oh, now the hero shows up." The fighter with the knife sees Marcus approaching. "Back off, old man." Marcus doesn't stop. "Let's end this before someone gets hurt." "I said, back off." The knife guy swings at Marcus. The disarm. What happens next takes 3 seconds. Marcus moves like water. Muscle memory, years of training. Movement 1, deflect the knife hand at the wrist. Movement 2, joint lock. The fighter's arm bends wrong. He screams. Movement 3, the knife hits the ground. The fighter's face hits the ground. The other fighter sees this, backs away, hands up. "I'm done! I'm done!" Marcus steps back, calm, like nothing happened. "We done here?" he asks. Both fighters nod. One's on the ground. One's got his hands up. Police arrive, sirens. 2 patrol cars pull up. Officers approach. Marcus explains calmly, points to the knife. The fighters don't resist. The officers take both men handcuffs into the cars. The crowd's dispersing. Show's over. Kevin's still there, staring at Marcus. Kevin confronts. Kevin walks up to Marcus. "Where'd you learn that? You some kind of MMA fighter?" Marcus is walking back to his bench. "No." "Come on. That was professional. Just knew what to do." Kevin follows. "But you just sat there, like a coward, until the knife came out." Marcus stops, turns. "You don't know anything about me." The moment. It's hot. Mid-afternoon. Marcus reaches up, loosens his collar, adjusts his polo shirt to let some air in. That's when Kevin sees it. The scar. A massive scar. Runs from Marcus's jugular vein across his collarbone to his shoulder. It's not a clean surgical scar, it's jagged. Shrapnel. You can see where they had to piece him back together. Kevin goes silent, staring. Marcus notices. Looks down at the scar, forgotten it was visible. Afghanistan, Marcus says quietly. Helmand Province, November 15th, 2009. The story. Kevin can't speak, just listening. My convoy hit an IED, Marcus continues. Vehicle flipped, fire everywhere. I pulled 2 Marines out, was going back for the 3rd when the secondary explosion hit. He touches the scar. Shrapnel from the door, severed my jugular artery. Right here, Kevin. How did you survive? Combat medic, kid named Rodriguez, 22 years old, kept pressure on my neck for 47 minutes, wouldn't let me die. Medevac to Bagram Air Base. Marcus pauses, remembering. 9 hours of surgery. They told my wife I had a 5% chance, but I'm stubborn. They gave me a Purple Heart and a medical discharge, told me I'd never use my right arm again. Took me 2 years to prove them wrong. The wisdom. Marcus adjusts his collar again, scar covered. So you want to know why I didn't jump up immediately? Kevin nods. Can't find words. Because I learned something that day in Afghanistan. Hell, I learned it over 3 tours. Not every fight. Not every fight is worth fighting, Marcus says. Those 2 idiots? Drunk, angry, stupid. They'll sleep it off. Maybe learn something. Maybe not. But they'll live. He points to where the knife fell. But the second that knife came out, someone was about to die. Maybe one of them. Maybe someone in this crowd. That's when you act. Not before. The cost. You think I'm afraid to fight? Marcus asks. I fought. I nearly died fighting. Lost friends, lost brothers. I know exactly what violence costs. He looks at Kevin. Direct. But I also know the difference between a real threat and 2 idiots blowing off steam. Kevin. I called you a coward. You did. I'm sorry, I didn't know. You never asked. You saw a man sitting down and assumed coward. Marcus's voice is calm, not angry. Next time, maybe consider that people have reasons for their choices. The officer. One of the police officers walks over, sees Marcus, sees his tattoo, USMC, eagle, globe, and anchor on his forearm. Thanks for the help, sir. You military? Was. Marines. Medically retired. The officer nods. Respectful. Semper Fi. Semper Fi. The aftermath. Marcus walks back to his bench, picks up his book, sits down. Kevin watches him, processing everything. The park returns to normal kids playing, families, a quiet afternoon. Marcus adjusts his collar. The scar disappears beneath the fabric. The lesson. Marcus never saw Kevin again. But Kevin never forgot what he learned that day. That sometimes the bravest thing isn't jumping into a fight. It's knowing when to fight and when to wait. That the man sitting quietly on the bench might have fought more battles than you can imagine and survived things you can't comprehend. And that a scar can tell a story that words never could the real meaning. Because Marcus Webb didn't learn courage in Afghanistan. He already had that. What he learned was wisdom. The hardest lesson of all, when to act, and when to wait, when to fight, and when to let fools be fools. And that's a lesson you can't learn from a video. You can't learn from a book. You learn it when you're bleeding out in the desert and a 22-year-old kid refuses to let you die. You learn it when you wake up and realize you get another chance, and you decide how to use it.